Let's take a look at replacing the driver's side window switch on this 2006 Mercury Montego. Now, this is very similar to a Ford Taurus. First thing I need to do is remove the two 5.5 millimeter head bolts out of the pocket here in the driver's side door. So I'll take my socket and a ratchet and remove them. And then there's several Phillips screws located around the door panel. So I'll just take a screwdriver and remove them, work my way all the way around, and be aware of several hidden ones. There's one behind the door latch here and some up on the front of the door panel. So let me work my way around the door and remove these screws as well as those bolts, and let's see what other clips are holding this door panel in place. Okay, well now I've got everything unbolted, unscrewed. When I removed the screw from the cover by the door handle, that piece came off as well. So now I can feel there's a little resistance in the lower corner here. So there were actually a couple little pop pins down in there. So once I get those out, now the door panel comes out. So on the back side here, I'm now going to go around and disconnect the electrical connectors. So as I reach in, I can find where the electrical connector is. Again, I just basically squeeze the connector to unplug it. Sometimes you gotta wiggle it just a little bit, get it moved out of there, and we can get them all released. So once I got the door panel off, I got the electrical connectors released, now there were a couple little clips in here that held this trim bezel into the door panel. Now, part of me thinks that you could probably pry this out if you want to get crazy here, and you would be able to pop this trim panel off. But again, the professional technician in me would prefer to take it apart and not risk damaging this trim bezel here. That's pretty expensive to replace and might be hard to locate once in a while. So by taking it apart like this, we ensure that, yeah, it might take a few extra minutes, but we didn't damage anything. So now, with my old switch, I need to remove it out of the bezel. And there's these little tabs here. And so once I just pry these tabs open, now it allows me to get my old switch out of the housing. So again, I kind of gently work this plastic. I don't want to snap it off here. And I'll work my way through, getting it completely out of this housing. So I continue to work my way around here. We don't want to snap it off, but eventually I get this old switch out of here. Now I can take my new switch, line it up carefully, slide it in place. You hear it lock in, clipped into place, and we're good to go. So now similarly, I will set it down into the door panel here, lock it in place. You hear it snap in there. Now I can go make my electrical connections, plug in all these switches again. I'll go back, line up my alignment pins, put them in place, put all the screws on, and make sure everything's good and tight. We don't want any rattles here for our customer when we're done. Make sure that the windows go up and down and that we can actually lock out the windows there. And just like that. Hopefully now you understand what it takes to replace the driver's side power window switch on this 2006 Mercury Montego or a similar Ford Taurus.